Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Caves of Cud, where today, Jackie Fourhorns is, I think, just getting ready for Bethesda Susa. I think it's probably about time to start to think about heading out there. Before we make any moves in that direction though, let's run around the stilt a little bit, see if we can't buy some equipment. In particular, I am concerned about the fact that we're really not ideally equipped in terms of weapons. There's no reason I should be running around with a single one-handed weapon and an empty hand. We should have a two-hander, or we should have a shield, or there should be something. This is pretty not ideal to start with. In a lot of other ways, I think we're doing really well. We have our plaster for armor that we can switch to if we decide we need the cold coverage. In fact, apparently we have two of these. They probably sell pretty well. We can probably sell one of these for quite something. We have some decent ranged weapons that we can use. We have a handful of grenades. We could probably get some better grenades. And we certainly have the strength necessary to throw a grenade effectively. Actually, is there a skill group for weapon throwing? I don't believe there is. No, okay, there's no skill group for, grenade usage. That's a shame, actually. Okay, it's fine. We'll figure it out. What is in the shield group? I actually don't even know. So obviously, block. When you wield a shield, there's a 50% chance you block each round. When you block an attack, you add the shield's AV bonus to your AV. If you can equip multiple shields, the one block per round limit is per shield. That's kind of interesting, because everything about single weapon fighting is just you need to only have one weapon, right? It doesn't say anything about other stuff that can be in your other hand. Yeah. No, that's compelling. It might be worth it to pick up a shield. We gain access to Shield Slam. Chance to knock opponents down. Whenever you charge an opponent with a shield equipped, you get a free Shield Slam. That's pretty rad. You can get more blocks. You can get your block chance up. You can stun people on block. Yeah, a decent shield might be a really good idea, actually. This character is all about survival, right? Also, while we're here, I am noticing that we have some skill points. Do we want to pick some other stuff up? Let's see here. You grab an opponent's limb with the heel of your axe. If successful, you pull your opponent with your axe as you move, and you make a free attack. Opponent gets a chance to resist the move and a chance to break free. Lasts for 9 rounds or until you dismember. I don't know. I'm not immediately thinking we want to jump on that necessarily. The penetrating strikes would be really good. Weapon mastery, of course, would be really good. And we have the strength for it already. We probably should just save up for this. I think this is the most compelling skill in the tree. When I level up, do I get 144? Is there a message log? Right, it's not, because we just logged in. I think the 288 is from 2 levels. So even if we're trying to hit this skill for 300, we could afford to spend some. Right, because we're going to end up north of 400 points when we level. So, could we buy basic shielding? Yeah, we totally could, and at least get the ability to block if we end up picking up a decent shield. So let's have a look around here. Not really a lot of people selling the kinds of things that we would want to buy here. I think for our purposes, this game, we just got a really weirdly generated 6-day stilt. I think it would have to be an armor merchant, right? I would think would sell. It's certainly not going to be a gutsmonger. Well, hold on. Because they sell pieces of creatures, right? Oh, no, they sell, cybernetics. Okay. Kill anyone valuable? Nope, I'm afraid I have not killed anyone valuable, sir. I'm sorry. I was gonna get all excited and say, hey, look at that. There's a shield on that, there's a shield on that sign over there, but that is in fact a book. This is a book binder. Wisdom and knowledge, both of them. Do you happen to sell any big, heavy, like, metal books? Because I feel like, you know, if one had such an inclination, you could throw a book in front of a melee attack. I'm not saying it would necessarily be great, but what kind of shoes am I wearing? We're still wearing the Crocussins, huh? There are probably better shoes available. Let's go see about that. Come in, friend, and let me shoo you around, he says. Chain boots with cleats. +3 to saves versus force movement, knockdown, and being restrained. Okay, we gain an armor, we lose 3 dodge. What's my current dodge at? Haha, I can't lose 3 dodge. What if I always got hit by every attack? What a brilliant plan. Okay, apparently a single plastifer jerkin sells for so much money. I don't know that we have a good way of generating more charge for chem cells. I guess I could take these apart and use their bits instead for tinkering. We're certainly not going to equip this again. So make that trade. And what else might I be willing to sell? I'm still a little unsure about this briny frill. It's very valuable. I probably don't need to be carrying around this many guns. Like that Masterworks scoped carbine, I guess these are both decent weapons, right? 9 penetration, reasonably high damage die. They use the 2 different kinds of ammo that we theoretically have a whole bunch of, so I guess I'm a little reluctant to drop them. Do I need to be carrying around this many guns? Probably not, but it feels bad to sell them. Okay, yeah, let me also part with... We have 163. You know what? I'll just make this trade. We'll just make this trade. I'll give you 15 grams of water. It's fine. All right, hopefully... Can I mod this with tinkering? What do we know? Oh, we know spring-loaded. Spring-loaded, unfortunately, costs a 2 and a 4, and while we do have some 4, we do not have any 2. Flawless crystal. Do I have anything in my inventory that has bit 2 in it? Recoilers do. We could probably disassemble the Narawar recoiler. Right, when am I going to not want to just go back to Gritgate? And that is indeed the only thing we have. Let's remove the chem cell from it. And yeah, I think I am going to disassemble it. Do I want to... Here's the other question. Do I actually want to construct this? 2 is somewhat hard to come by. And like, these are okay boots, but maybe we save the spring loading for later? I guess if I'm going to do that, I don't need to disassemble the recoiler now either. Yeah, we'll see. I'm not gonna do the thing just yet. Here we have books, crabs, schematics. Let's swing past the schematics fellow. Maybe we can learn to build ourselves some better armor or a shield, a 6 shield. Actually, that would be a cool idea. Eater's Nectar Injector. I remember Eater's Nectar being like a big deal. That said, it's made of D6. You do not see a lot of 6 in the world. You know, as the numbers get higher, they get rarer and rarer, right? A hover sled. A toboggan repels above the ground and gently rocks on an ethereal wave. I assume you can put gear on it, right? You can probably put loot on it, like it's a Tensor's floating disc kind of vibe. Maybe. Bands of aquamarine lodestone tori wrap around the hitting part of a hefty double-fisted truncheon. On the bottom handle, there's a slot for a battery to juice the magnets. So I wonder... Obviously, this is not an axe, and as such, it's not in our ideal skill well. Although, we are statted well for using cudgel-type weapons. We could learn. But I wonder what the stats for these things are. I wish the data discs gave you just like a little bit more information. There is a part of me that wants to pick this up just because it's like a wildly... If I want to say Eater's Nectar gives you stat points. Again, the description on the thing itself it leaves a lot to be desired. But the question is, like, when am I going to be able to find the parts that it's made of? We have some things with bit D in them. 6, I imagine, has got to be exceedingly rare. I don't think we've ever seen anything that has a 5 even. I am also noticing how extremely valuable this rifle is when it's not that much better than the carbine. I think that may be the thing that ends up making the choice for us, which one to hold on to. It's just that we could buy this crazy recipe if I'm willing to sell this thing. I don't know. It's probably not even worth it. It's probably not even a thing to buy. We'll sell one of these as well. I don't need 2 plastifer jerkins. I don't think we need any of the other stuff here, except that I would be interested in picking up the mag hammer, maybe. Acid grenade Mark III. It probably does some pretty good damage. Like the core problem with the gas grenades, and this is certainly going to be an issue for us, is that it's just really hard. We have chill, I suppose. I was gonna say it's really hard to keep the enemies like inside of a gas. Maybe it's worth it. What if we just like got really aggressive here and we tried to pick up these? So we sell a plastifer jerkin, we sell a laser rifle that is incredibly valuable. And then I would need to make up 400 more value somewhere. I mean, we could sell the missile launcher, honestly. What are the odds that we're ever going to find missiles for it? We could sell the briny frill, but I do kind of want to use it. I'm a little worried that we're gonna find a use. We're gonna step into a place and be like, oh no, I need help, and I'm gonna use it. It's gonna turn out to be a single charge item, and then it's gonna be like terrible. Yeah, I probably just shouldn't buy the Eater's Nectar injector. It's probably going to turn out not to be possible for me to ever build one. But hope is a strong thing. All right, if I sold my missile launcher too, that pretty much gets us there. I'm already parting with all of the empty chem cells, the stuff that we're definitely not going to be able to refill. We have a solar cell, but it's, you know, normal capacity solar cells, I believe, don't contain all that much juice. It's nice that they're free to refill, but I don't feel like power cells are all that big of a deal to find later. Like, you will uncover more power cells to the point where maybe I'd even be willing to sell these. We'll hold on to the high capacity cell and the solar. And then that puts us slightly ahead. You have to give us some water. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm assuming that I can't learn that Eater's Nectar thing until Tinker 3, and I'm fine with that. We're just gonna, that's gonna be our long-term stat goal, is Tinker 3. Actually, it's on Tinker 2. Interesting. And the mag hammer was also Tinker 2. Cool. Okay, actual useful stuff. So I know how to reinforce. Reinforce is made of a 2 and a 4. Very familiar. Oh, interesting. Actually, modifying items is different by item. For some reason, spring-loading the Crocusins is only a 1 and a 2. Okay. Weird. Oh, wait. These are just mods, though. Control tab, switch to builds. Okay. Here we go. So the visage. We don't have any. This is another thing that costs 6s to build. We, in theory, have the parts to make 3 of these. And fortunately, A is the easiest thing to pick up. Like, it should be possible for us to manufacture quite a supply of super acid gas grenades. And then freeze people in them? Okay. 11 penetration, 6d2 damage. Latches onto metal objects for 8 to 12 rounds. With a strength bonus cap of 6. So that's, your strength modifier can act as a bonus to the penetration value of your weapons up to a certain a level is what that's referring to. On the bottom handle, there's a slot for a battery to juice the magnets. So I don't even know exactly what that would mean, but it sure seems like it's a pretty good weapon even without that. And then you gain either a permanent +1 bonus to a random attribute or 1 mutation point. So it also requires an R-splice seed, which I don't even know what that is. Was that worth all the value we put into it? Almost certainly not, but you got a dream, right? What if I did figure out a way to make Eater's Nectar? Wouldn't that be fun? We'll keep an eye out for R-splice seeds in the world. What's this shoemaker got? Hey, you, wake up. Wake up and sell me shoes. Do you have something that is cool? Yeshurkin slippers. These do not have very good stats, but what's their deal? Silver wire cinches a feathery cut of skin from the ghostly Yeshur, hunted in the orchard ruins north of Odrum. They are fastened by a smoking pearl. You have bonus move speed, which is pretty rad. Lacquered. Okay, just can't rust. Feathered just means birds like you. I think we have the best chain boots we were able to buy here. This screen has another shoemaker. May as well check with all of them. Somebody might have something really rad. Oh, this one has some sandals that have been engraved. Waist deep in a lake of wood, nadates. I probably picked a pronunciation for this already somewhere. Cemented her friendship with bears by marrying Buyu. In celebration of the occasion, the bears bestowed upon Nadates a wedding gift they called Union's Dream, Bear's Favor. Waist deep in a lake of wood. Huh. What an interesting and not very useful piece of history that is. I suppose that's true of most bits of history, though. Okay, yeah, and then bookbinders and stuff. Okay, so I think we've got what we're going to get out of this visit to the place. Okay, well, we did not find a shield, nor did we find a new weapon. Although we did find a thing that might eventually be a weapon. We can watch people restock their inventory as we walk past, which is kind of fun. So yeah, we could go to Bethesda Susa, right? If I wanted to tinker, this would be a 2 and a 4. It might be worth throwing an extra point of AV onto onto our remaining Plastifer Jerkin, and throwing that on, and we're only losing 1 point of armor that way. Although obviously it would be nice to be able to put that on our plate armor as well. So should we, I guess then the other question is, should we go try to like find a shield or something? There's got to be somebody in like Gritgate who could just sell us a normal shield. Right? I mean, maybe. I don't know. Let's try. I would like to have something in my offhand. So the only cities we really know about are Kyakukia, which we haven't been to yet, but we know is there. And Norowar and Gritgate. So I guess let's just go back to Gritgate. I'm not going to fire the recoiler. I think we can probably make it walking, and there's some chance that we'll discover a cool thing if we walk. I would love to investigate a village. Let's say howdy. Wait, did that not? Okay, no, it did. The village of Kamrod. Is that a warden? It is a warden. A greasy sack of goo. That feels judgmental. Hey there, friend. I'm watching you, traveler. Yeah, okay. All right. Damn. Damn, dude. That's just an irritable tortoise, you know? That's how that goes. This is the town of the irritable tortoises. And their strangely constructed buildings. You have a different thing. You are Narla the Choleric. A legendary irritable tortoise. Hey, do you have work that needs doing? Wanderer, we've been reading the village annals and we came upon a nearby location forgotten to our people. Skullbosk, Goatfolk Village. What riches might this place hide? Peace and quiet? Quiet meadows? A relic to Isactocotus? We must know. If you locate it for us, we will pay you for your assistance. Will you? We hear it's located somewhere between 5 and 9 parasangs north of Bone Grove, Goatfolk Village. I don't know where that is. I accept your quest. Okay, we don't necessarily have to like go in there. All we have to do is find it, right? Hey there, Mnul. What do you got? You have an elastine skin suit. Okay, just like a weird piece of armor. A jewel-encrusted musket. That's fun. I mean, a wooden buckler is better than literally nothing. So shields only grant their AV when you block an attack. Are they always granting their reduction to dodge value? Probably, right? I mean, so, like, I guess the question is, do I think that a wooden buckler is better than an empty hand? I guess my dodge value is already zeroed out. Yeah, probably. It's probably worth taking. I'll give you this, or you give me that, and I'll give you... I guess I don't need my crocussins anymore, probably. Or I could sell this bear's face. He'd give me an entire penny for a bear face. Certainly don't want to sell an injector. We have some water skins full of stuff. I don't know. I could just take it in water, right? We do have a lot of cooking ingredients, and I don't necessarily need 16 servings of bear jerky. Here, take all of my bear jerky. Give me some more water to work with. Thanks, kid. Wooden buckler. What level am I? Where is this buckler? No, don't put it in the place where the bracelet is. Okay. Right, but a buckler's not a hand shield, it's an arm shield. Okay. Well, I would like to keep my compass bracelet. I feel like I shouldn't have to tell it that. There's some interesting electronic stuff going on around here. Gosh, I wish that that building had a door. Who are you? Isaac that guy. The person who there might be an idol to. Hey stranger, why did you come to this village? I grew tired of rummaging through dung. I came upon this village and its inhabitants and I settled down. Okay, well, I guess live and drink. He's a salt hopper. He is not going to have anything in his inventory. I'm not even going to try. A desecrated stone statue of a monad. This statue, worked from stone, intricately depicts a monad. Eternian of transformations are given sharp shape against the fuzzy physics of Earth time. The triangle is inert and of an algebraic substance, but stillness slides off its colorful arms. Objects around it are forced into sets unfamiliar. Also desecrated. Unfamiliar and desecrated. Okay, yeah, I'll cook something in a moment. What is this wall made out of? Okay. Granite, interesting. Is this an enterable building? It sure is. 3 drams of fresh water, you say? No, I want... Okay, maybe there's no door in that doorway. I'm not allowed to interact with that doorway. I'm sure the people of this village will give me a tremendous amount of shit for stealing their 3 drams of water. So we're gonna be good for the moment. So yeah, they have all this, they have wiring running up here to apparently nothing. Ooh. Aha, he left. Nope, there's no door in the doorway. It is just an open doorway. Perhaps to prevent vandals from doing exactly the thing that I was going to do. Let's examine their strange furniture. I'm smart enough to not break this. It's a peptic chair. Okay. It does seem like maybe they're... Okay, there's a building I haven't been in. I was gonna say, it does seem like maybe there's not a mayor. You're a different color from the other turtles. You're the village apothecary. Do I have witchwood bark? Because I know like I have, 2 salve injectors. It's maybe a little bit low as far as immediate healing items go. I think actually it would probably be a good idea for us to buy this. And I'll just give you the water. I think that's fine. Okay. Lots of irritable tortoises. Not a lot of... Oh, I'm hungry. Let's make a little thing here. We'll just whip up a meal for the moment. An honorable chameleon horn, some vacated shavings from a tortoise shell, and an Equimax's face. All things that would be equally easy to find just laying on the ground around here. Alright, so I mean, we have a shield, technically. Obviously, we can probably do better. We have no way through this door. There's nothing I can do about that dude. And the way he baffles our elevation changing algorithms. Yep, I'm just gonna keep moving. Thank you. I do not fear these centipedes. Alright, I mean, it would be like Mateo, maybe? You're a liquid tinker. Yeah, you're probably not going to have anything that resembles a shield. I could see Fusile, maybe? Refractive. This item has a chance to refract light-based attacks. We have a chance of that ourselves. A handrail. Artisanally carved wood castles a sextet of parallel conductors in a sliding photon armature. The grain is scorched black on the pistol stock. Okay, it's a gun. It's a pistol. Using 6. Ooh, look at this. There's a couple of bits here that use a 7. A high voltage arc winder. Yep, requires Tinker 3. A linear cannon. Baroque and kite-like volumes of metal are arranged on an axis as a lathe to shave dimensionality off of their inner spaces. Yeah, you know, as they do. As you do. I will buy your bullets if that's okay. And then he's selling... Wow, 3s are very valuable. What does a precinct navigator do? Grid lines and a red dot are painted on the glass loon, and simple rectangles depict the once ordered streets of chromium that have since burst like gnarled roots through space and time. Huh. Is it like an auto mapping mod for wherever you are? Hey, Jacobo, what do you got? Probably not the kind of stuff I'm looking for, although some stuff that seems kind of neat. Magnetic glass spike warps the placid ferrofluids contained within. That's not as useful as I was hoping. We can certainly guess at the meaning of a displacer bracelet. Q girl, what do you actually sell? I do not remember. Okay, kind of hard to tell. This is not going to be anything super useful, though. Hey, you. Maybe you? Maffeo? You got something cool? Small cobalt tube, a weird artifact for 950 cost. Chain pistol, a masterwork pickaxe. I mean, there's some decent stuff here, but none of it's shields. Well, if none of them in here have what I'm after, I can go bother people in the bedrooms. Okay, you just have bits. Hi, Neek. What's your deal? Neek has some interesting stuff. I don't think I know you. Greetings? It's sort of like Neek stares at you awkwardly. No, but I'm just kidding. I'm just jitting. What? Neek stares at you awkwardly. Right, of course. No, that makes sense. What do you do around here, Neek? Well, it's like what I don't do is drink Hortense's sludge soup samples. I drank them once and she saw me and just sort of smiled tactfully, but I could tell on the inside she was like, wow. So I don't do it. Neek winks at you. She knows I still do it. Huh. Your hair's quite rectangular. Did you do it on purpose? Neek chanting, rectangle hair, rectangle hair, rectangle hair. It's sort of like when prehistoric lizards would grow big sails to regulate their body temperatures, and you'd say, I like it, but it looks so organically generated. What if you filed it into a sharp rectangle? It is like that. He's got us there. You know anything about Bethesda Susa? Yeah, it's sort of like this. You go to the Beetle, you talk to it, right? And you say, look, where is every beaded bracelet in the jungle? Where is every beaded bracelet in the Watervine Marsh? Where's every beaded bracelet in the River Svai? Then it tells you, and you go get the bracelets. Is it? Okay, that's disappointing. Live and drink. There, Neek. I don't believe I've ever spoken to Neek before. I feel like I would remember that. Okay, so I think we have spoken to everybody who reasonably might sell us a thing, Right? Yeah. And the answer is there are no shields in Great Gate. So maybe I'm about as ready to go as we're ever going to be, honestly. Nope, you just have ammunition. I will trade you a dram of water for these bullets. Okay, so we currently have a missile weapon with a full solar cell in it. We absolutely should not be not equipped with a thrown weapon. You know what? Let me tinker up one of those fancy acid gas grenades. I still would like a proper, what do you call it? I am going to disassemble this. A proper shield, like a real shield. The thing is, like, sometimes you get them from, like, just random snapjaws and stuff. Like, it shouldn't, in theory, be that difficult to find one. All right, I'm going to tinker this plastifer jerkin to be reinforced. And we'll put it on when we get there, or I'll put it on now, maybe, in order to not forget, which I will do. Who knows? Maybe I don't even need to do this. Maybe we would have been fine, but now we're extra fine. Oh. We have a mutation point. Am I allowed to boost light manipulation? We'll gain both another point of damage per laser and another point of penetration, and a 43% chance to reflect light-based damage. I don't know how common light-based damage actually is. The other thing we could do is take another rank of double muscled, and that would be a rank that gives +1 strength. But it's not a level that would give us +1 modifier, right? 30 to 31 is not a modifier change. If I do this, we improve the AV of the horns by 1, which may or may not give us an actual armor value, depending on, you know, how we're already rounding. I mean, the horns do need to level up too. Gosh, we have a lot of stuff that really benefits from levels. Cryokinesis is probably going to be borderline useless down there, because I bet everything's going to be adjusted for the cold. I guess I'd rather take light manipulation as an offensive option. Okay. And let's get out of here. Let's give it a shot. You know, it's possible that even if we're not really ready, we'll be able to escape. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I mean, that's at least an iron buckler. I paid money for this other crappy buckler. I forgot that I'd just dropped a thing over here. Yeah, equip auto. Oh, and I'm gonna remember to buy basic shields so that we can actually block sometimes. Okay. 50% chance to block a melee attack and get 2 extra AV for it. That's something. We can't spend any more skill points without losing the ability to gain the skill we want on the next level. Okay. So this one is Bethesda Susa, right? Oh, the other thing we were supposed to care about is our reputation with the mechanimists. How does one spell? Not welcome in their holy places. We have 201 rep. We don't know exactly what is needed, but we want to get this part upgraded, right? We want the Mechanimus to at least allow us into their holy places. Now we know one way that we can do that is by throwing artifacts into the well in the stilt. So actually, it might behoove us to just go get more artifacts. Yeah, we could try searching ruins that we haven't been to before. What is over here? Ix's Glen. I'm a little leery of approaching goatfolk villages for what I hope are obvious enough reasons, because, you know, they'll kill us with grenades, as they often do. We don't know the location of the goatfolk village that we're supposed to use as a way of locating the other goatfolk village we're supposed to find. The Samu oscilloscope square. I didn't notice this over here before. The Eaters sanctified oscilloscopes in the molded quarter whose ruins lie threaded with fingers of coral. There's a palladium reef, the Yid freehold. This is stuff that did not exist, I'm fairly sure, last time we played. What is all this over here? The Moon Stair. Okay. And some different ruins. Some ruins of a different kind. There's a lot going on in this game. Also, there's the asphalt mines, which we don't really know anything about. There's a fungus forest over there. I mean, I think we've been in all of these ruins, right? Yeah, I guess I don't know that I'm going to be able to find many more critical artifacts. I hear. Creature. Hello, creature. A cragmensch. A brainer. Ideas like the tetravalence of carbon and silicon were suffocated in the thick valley air of jungle hamlets. The human gatherer who mounts a root-braided hillock and looks out to the horizon in wonder, who descries flecks of granite stirring on the mountain face, and who, with ancestral dread, ponders what toll the rocks themselves are animated to collect. He can't know the miracles of chemistry that sophists inscribed in the data disks at the long before. Those miracles are to him the ciphers of God things. This seems almost unrelated to the creature that stands before us. I guess I'm going to shoot it with my brain lasers. Let's see if that works. The answer is yes, it works very well. This thing does not move very fast, and we are extremely good at shooting things out of our brains. And then I chop you. I don't, actually. Okay, there we go. We're getting through sometimes. Those things do not attack very quickly, nor do they move very quickly. I gotta remember, I do want to be a little cautious spending my laser charges for combat, because we do like lose luminance. Alright, I was trying to get to decent charge range so that I can get that free super cleave. Okay, it dazed us, but we shook it off immediately. Yeah, the daze protection offered by the extra head is really significant. I didn't really have a sense of how big of a deal that was going to be. Okay, there's the way down. Just looking around out here a little bit more. I would actually love to fight. Don't throw big rocks at me. What is your problem? This one's a little bit different. This one is a boulderer. Alright, I imagine in melee it's pretty much the same. Yeah, I'm definitely looking for more cragmenches, because 500 XP is pretty good for the amount of effort that it takes to kill one of them. go. Also, there might be enclosures that have, like, you know, machines or something. What are you? A cyberneticist. Her tendons were wound over rag wheels and sheathed in fiberglass. A bioclock metronome causes her muscles to spasm and eyes to snap at regular intervals, leveling out the intrusive song and recentering the concentration of her mutant mind. You have nothing to trade. Well then, live and drink. Or oil yourself, or whatever it is that you people do. Some kind of robot. Some kind of bear. A bark biter. Stumpier legs than his ursine cousins support a back-breaking slab of firm-added muscle weight. His long nasal bone is crowned by 4 cutlass canines, wood sharpened for cutting through trunk rather than climbing it. A bark biter, sure. And this is oh, okay, he's covered in saws. So I would say that that seems like a very dangerous person to get adjacent to, because he probably has the same dismembering abilities that we do. I am going to... Wow. Really fuck him up, actually. That was incredibly effective. And the barkbiter lunges away from you and switches to defensive stance. Interesting. Oh, we really showed that thing who is the boss. Is that just a Gershling? Conjoined Gershlings. A bunch of them. Well, I'm certainly not afraid of that. I separated them. Boy, they sure do get a lot of turns. Okay, we got some raw barkbiter meat here. I would love to approach from an angle where this thing can't throw boulders at me anymore. I only wish the cooldown on charge were even lower, honestly. Yeah, it's remarkable how much damage we're managing to do with axe and horn against a thing that sounds like it's made out of a mountain. Alright, we're going to have that next level up in no time, although I guess it is worth noting that I do have... yeah, I have dipped into, like, actually kind of dangerous health territory. Yeah, these things hit relatively hard. This one's still in perfect condition. We can outrun it, though. We know that it is very slow. Fix-it spray foam. Absolutely get that. And a stasis grenade. Hell yeah. Cool chest sitting in the middle of the woods for no reason. I guess I'm just going to try to rest here. Oh, I know that that boulderer exists, so I cannot rest. I wish I could just, you know, rest while keeping an eye on something. Rest while being wary of the fact that you might get approached. In theory, we are, like, super visible to everything around us, right? I am emitting so much light that it must know where we are. Anything that functions on vision is going to know if we are within 50 or so yards of them. But unfortunately, I have to just sit here manually resting until healed. Because although it clearly knows where we are, it's also definitely afraid. Oh, hello. Disciple of the Sightless Way, huh? 40 is pretty legitimate. 40 feels like a fair amount of damage for that ability to do. Oh my god, the resting. Why do I have to have so much HP? Alright, we only have to take down a couple more of these boulders to get our level up and our next excellent combat skill. Alright, pretty great. Let's chop right through all of its everything. So I don't want the boulderer throwing crap at me while I'm fighting this guy, but I think I am just going to run in here. 43 damage? Oh, okay, it hit a tree for 43. I was going to say, I do not want to take that much damage all at once. We saw a blue one. The Cragbench Boulderer just got hit by something. Let's, maybe try to cut this down. What's the blue one doing? A Luminary. Okay, it has Fullerite plate mail on, in addition to all of the other things that are always going on with these dudes. Oh, is he taking damage when he equips a boulder? Like he's breaking off pieces of himself to throw? I think that's what it's supposed to be. That's pretty cool. That's a neat idea. Alright, so the next one of these that we kill is the level up. Can I maybe, like, just calm you down a little bit? I did get stunned somehow. Yeah, it's not clear to me. Okay. Let's get an unfair swing in here. We'll go for the dismember right away. That did not work, sadly. We got that initial cleave, so I was hoping that would get his armor low enough. Now you unfroze, why? This thing is pretty badly wounded. I just need to not get hit by a massive boulder until after I kill it. Alright. We can name our battle axe. I guess, naming it, choosing a name from the culture of these rock giants that we were fighting is pretty badass. We will name it Tashikas. And it's, I mean, I think I still want it to be carbide colored. Okay. 102 skill points. So actually, we did not gain as many as I thought we were going to gain. I must have had some points left over. Alright, now obviously continuing to gain strength is valuable. I guess we have a question here of, like, do I want to learn Tinkering 3? Eventually. Because if I do, then I probably want to keep putting points into Int for a little while. What does Tinkering 3 take? It's like 29, right? Yeah. We could just keep pumping strength, or indeed pump one of our other combat stats. A point of agility gets us an agility modifier. A point of toughness probably increases our raw HP right now. I'm not actually sure how the calculation works. If we increase our intelligence, we might immediately gain skill points. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do that because I'm curious. It did immediately gain the skill points. Because in some RPGs, and apparently this is one of them, when your stats that are used to generate derived numbers change, they immediately pay back all of the saved up value. So yeah, I'm going to learn Weapon Mastery. Whenever we make a melee attack while single weapon fighting, we get a second attack. That's just, it's too good not to have, right? I think that's probably pretty comprehensible. And we're just going to back off of these things. That's a phase spider or a void spider or something, right? A voider. Yeah. All right, we want to be careful about those. Those things change your reality phase or something. They do things to your reality that we are not prepared to have done to our reality. All right, here I can probably rest until healed. Cool. We can also make camp. Let's cook something decent. I wish that these things had in parentheses what kind of effects they add just next to them. As it is, I'm not 100% sure what I want to do here. We could just get HP. I don't hate that. Like cider and worm jerky. Plus 13 hit points. And also quickness and also max HP. Okay. Rest until healed. It's not very much quickness. But it'll give us a little bit of a boost every now and then. Potentially at critical moments. Okay, so these are more conjoined Gershlings. We got more of these Cragmenches, who we'll have to be wary of. We also have some robots, clonelings. A brushed metal pyramid floats in place and shoulders an array of stemmed articulators, some holding scalpels, some suturers, and all dripping with the amniotic draft of life. Covered in scalpels. Are scalpels axe-type weapons? Probably not, would be my guess. Yo, that guy's got a chrome revolver over there. Interesting. Okay, so we are surrounded by hostiles immediately. I'm going to tuck myself in here so Cragbenches can't throw boulders at us from way outside. There's a Quillipede over there as well. Our laser charges refill quickly enough that I think it's okay for us to be pretty aggressive with them. Okay, we found a way down. That's just a brainer. Maybe I should just charge him. I don't know. I'm gonna... The laser beam is doing some work. It's a little slow. Like, how much do I actually want to explore? I think is a critical question. Obviously, there's good XP to be had down here. The Bloody Wet Cloneling produces a clone of the wet clone of a Mechanimous Rummager in a flurry of flashing chrome and spurting liquid. I guess that's what clonelings do. That makes sense to me. Let's charge over here and let this thing have it. Badly wounded. Get that cleave. Please stop throwing rocks at me. Ow. Dismember. Immediate. I did cleave its armor, but I also didn't cleave its armor. I didn't penetrate, but I did cleave. We're gonna have a hell of a time ever resting in here. It's a really inconvenient place for it to have dropped that boulder. Yeah, how much exploring do I want to do? I definitely do want loot. And by loot, I mostly mean experience points, honestly. Because they're very easy to get here, and we are leveling up, like, very, very quickly. But I guess there'll probably be more time to get in trouble on the lower floors. Uh-oh. You feel a sense of holiness here, do I? Luminous Jotun who parts limbs. Hey, that's my deal. A hoary humanoid slumps beneath the weight of his broad and cragged back. Cragged? Soaking fibers of inky, unkempt hair and swathe the great pale shoulder rocks. And crossed over his wide chest are two carbide axes. That's not good. Rotting with rust. Rumpled lids lay half shut over the discs of his sluggish eyes, glazed in the respite of a convalescence bath. He is a swarm alpha, so he grants 2 to the swarm bonuses of other swarmers adjacent to his target, loved by trolls, hated by villagers of some places, disliked by villagers of others, And he is in fact wielding 3 different axes just to really let us know who's boss. Obviously, I do not wish to engage in combat with him for very long. Wow, 27 damage. That's pretty serious. I don't like that it only reduced him to green. He is throwing axes at me and he hasn't hit us yet. The lasers are really... the lasers are really doing work. Ow! Okay, he caught me with that one for a pretty serious amount of damage. I need to get out of here. I'm sprinting. I just need to get cover. Wow, this dude's got some mean aim. I'm going to hit the witchwood bark. I'm going to try not to expend charges of my, what do you call it? My salve. But while we're talking about charges of stuff. Okay. Reputation with the villagers of Alarar and Kamrod has increased. Unfortunately, I probably... Okay, no, I didn't completely annihilate all of his gear. So we're definitely going to take that. And I mean, I think I'm taking all this stuff, right? 2-handed folded carbide battle axe. Hell yeah. And also we have a buckler as well. And he's got throwing axes. Salt-scratched blade head is fit to a splintered handle with a wood wedge. I mean, yeah, get all. Also gonna pick up these. Feels like we should grab all of them, right? So this stuff is just raw convalescence. No, don't. I want the axes. Okay, we just heal. Just standing around in the convalescence is quick healing, apparently. Pretty handy stuff. Someone here has scribbled on this stone to purchase a new feral law there. Okay, I guess there was a different stairway down. But something in some degree different characteristics, which we might become accord in... Okay. Something about a silly carpet. I think I'm going to go ahead and grab some of this convalescence. We have a lot of empty liquid containers. I don't know how much convalescence I want to carry around, but I know it's more than none. Oh, hold on. I don't want to collect 705. Can I... Okay, is there a way to moderate? I would certainly like some. I guess I could collect all of it and then empty. Fill... I want to fill from the ground. Can I not? Alright. You know what? Collect. Yes. Apparently I also filled my salt bill. And I guess we'll just dump it out as we need space for other things later. Okay, bronze key unlocked the slumping metal door. And I suppose down we go. Okay, I do have all my laze charges. Feel a sense of holiness here. Then maybe I shouldn't be killing everything I see. To be fair, they seem to want to kill me. Hostile. The salty, luminous Fionn Kosef, who knits the icy lattice. A lattice of frost knit swaddles his coarse beard and bushy brow hair. The great bony slab of his head is wreathed in a crown of ice breath, and his arms, long and dwindled and dead pale, are tattooed in patterns of twinkling filament. Hated by Snapjaws for repeatedly beating them at dice. Disliked by the villagers of Tervatum for eavesdropping on their secret ceremonies. He's got icy vapor and freezing ice-encrusted fists, and also a vulnerability to being shot in the face with a brain laser from long distance. I was only hoping that last thing was true, but it does seem to be true. Yeah, we're getting like massive penetration values here because we've been so aggressively leveling things up. The protuberance on his back is he's budding. I don't know what's going on over there, but I'm just gonna keep shooting him until he stops moving, or until I run out of charges. But he's badly wounded. Okay, the plan. My reputation with Snapjaws has increased. Did anything happen? Did he bud or produce protuberant? No, I mean, doesn't look like it. Okay, what you got for me there, pal? Ashes and a key. A warded stave of bright silver waits to unturn the right lock. Okay. Just look around here right quick. I have to admit, this is not quite as scary as I thought it was going to be. I didn't really have any specific memories of this place, but I just kind of, you know, things tick upward in difficulty, right? I feel a sense of holiness here. And I see graffiti. You thump my crystal arm. Okay. Where is today's combatant? Oh. We got something. So he would be fully in view, right? Maybe he is cloaked? Boy, it's whatever it is, it's moving toward us at a pretty good clip. I guess my plan right now is to expend all of our laze charges and then run away. Wait, did the icon change? The icon did change. It's hard to tell exactly what to. I mean, that's kind of generally a troll shape. I must have heard it better. Okay. Trolls really don't care for me. Beetles, though, that's good. A luminous gold key and some luminous ashes. Sorry, third guy who I didn't get to know the description of or anything. I, would have loved to meet you, but, you know, sadly. Sadly, you were too invisible for that. A medical locker. A Cragmensch boulderer. Step back so we can... that's the same charging distance, actually. Step forward so that I can totally go sick house on your ass. Yeah, how about that? Okay, a daze, a cleave, not a lot of damage. Whoa. Alright. All of a sudden, all the chunking. Got him with the horns. Managed to daze him again into a stun. And there goes that. What's in this medical locker? Huh, a small gold-flecked tube. Shade oil. Interesting. And more sphinx salt and a bandage. Cool. Alright, so there is yet more Bethesda Susa. I was going to say, that seemed like... I mean, I guess those trolls are probably pretty scary. What is this again? That's a different kind of peptic bed. Okay. It's just that we got sort of lucky. There, I showed up with apparently exactly the right weapon for that task. It's wild how good Laze has been, because it was almost like an afterthought in my character concept. I was just like, oh. The Cragmensch Luminary feels a concussive blast. So, okay. I don't know if it threw that or how that happened. It might have been it. It might have been it. What a useful thing to say. Guess what? Charge! Okay, solid cleave. Just land a couple of quick cleaves. Dismember, sadly, not quite getting the job done. Okay. And I'm going to assume I'm not allowed to rest because I hear, yeah, I hear that there are other enemies in the universe. So I'm just going to wait manually. Tick, tick, tick. Wow, we got 1,000 XP from that luminary. That's pretty good. I will say, though, that the brain laser would not have been able to solve all of our problems so perfectly if not for the incredible hearing. And that absolutely was, like, really central to the character concept. So it's not all luck. I did not want to get surprised by enemies I couldn't see, and lo, I did not get surprised by enemies I couldn't see. Alright, we'll just blow up some urchins here. So there is, for sure, a turret of some kind in the next room. A control switch for some stairs. What are you? A blue gel. A greasy sack of luminous broth. Well, first of all, probably not the most important thing to destroy. Actually, was that hostile? I didn't even look. No, the blue gel is cool. Are we kind of cool with oozes? Maybe blue gels are just, like, really relaxed. I'm hearing a lot of clacking. a lot of giant pincers in that room to the east. Maybe that's not the first priority. Alright, chop, chop, chop. Easy. Ow. That Gershling, I don't know, it went invisible for a second or something. I guess it wouldn't be invisible, because if it went invisible, I still would have been able to hear it. Chop. Wow. I sure did. Okay. 104 slugs. Cool. Combat is occurring. Lasers are being fired. A plastronoid was just killed, I think. And over here we have a juicing cannibal. He is a man beyond the pathogen, muscles bulging in grotesque symmetry, skin both gnashed and scaled, teeth filed into fangs, quivering pupils dilated to the size of coins, and sclera raw with tributaries of blood. He's got a carbide folding hammer. And a Sphinx salt tonic. And you know what? Me pointing out that he has a weapon reminds me I didn't equip the cool new weapons that we got. So if I put that on, okay, we do maintain the buckler. Is the benefit from there pretty much just... So I was wielding 9 penetration, 1d6 plus 1. Okay, we gained a penetration and a die size and a bonus damage on top. And keep in mind that we roll that damage code for every penetration. Okay, these are just classic eyeless crabs. That's interesting. I wonder why there would be such an easy enemy in such abundance down here. I am going to shoot some brain lasers at this juicing cannibal because I'm a little concerned. Are you a man holding a sign? No, you are just a fun little sign, a chalkboard. Shearing slate stone is powdered with the cloudy remnants of externalized thought and held aloft by the monster. So it's an image of a monster that's not like a living thing, I think. All right, I cleaved a Gershling off the Gershling. Ah, now see, this is a real crab, an eyeless king, no less. I do not wish to engage you in fair combat, for I fear that in fair combat I may lose. Dismember. Did I get him? Well, we cleaved him. I chopped off his right pincer. Okay, that's got to impact his combat ability, right? And we picked up this this proper two-handed weapon just in time to get advantage from our weapon mastery skill. Like, I'm feeling pretty strong here. I must be wary not to get overconfident because, as we all know, slow and insidious, blah, blah, blah. But it's, you know, it feels good. I feel strong. I get these great big charges. They daze me, and my left head is just like, nah, actually, no. Actually, I'm not dazed. How about that, then? Oh, a luminous horse room. I mean, should I just go downstairs? Okay, there's nothing to look... Like, I'm not allowed to read what's on the chalkboard. That seems weird. Yeah, I don't know. There's like a ton of guys over here, but maybe we should just go downstairs. What does this switch do? Nothing. Okay. Alright, I was thinking downstairs would maybe be the level where it was like where the mechanimists were living. Seems not. That is indeed a crib. I thought that's what it looked like, but why would there be a crib here? I'm sorry, did you just charge me? Oh, he's healing very rapidly. Let's see you heal from this. Hey, that actually worked. I chopped off his face. He should be more careful. Okay, what is that? A lurking Beth. Well, it ain't lurking no more. There's a quillipede over there, and also some kind of snail. A slimy snail mother. That's a pretty good name for a punk band. What happens if you shoot it with a laser? Boy, that quillipede is coming right at me. And the snail mother, I'm a little concerned, seems to not be taking any meaningful damage at all. Alright, I think the time has come to go berserk. I can't go berserk. I think the time has come to strike this snail mother for 1 billion damage. Now Dismember is refreshed, but I'm just going to use Dismember instead of going berserk. It no longer seems necessary. Should I wear that guy's face? It is a new face. It's a better quality of face, probably. It does give +2 ego. Hold on. Yeah, let's grab that. Also, an herberry. Don't even know what that is. Carbon folding hammer? Sure. I am being a little bit rude in just ignoring the Gerslings entirely. I'm definitely I'm big timing them a little bit. But also, I'm just not afraid of a Gershling. I'm okay looting stuff and rearranging my inventory adjacent to a Gershling and letting it know that it is not, in fact, important in the grand scheme of things. Cool, free microchips. I'm assuming I probably don't want to go into the spores from the horse room. You know, I was hoping to end this episode by getting down into the mechanimist area, but now I'm wondering if that's maybe a little bit ambitious. Because there are kind of a lot of enemies around here. And Dismember. Okay, I mean the Dismember hit. Chopped off his whole right arm. These things are never ever going to be allowed to have a real attack on me. Also, I should remember before I forget to where is it? Yes, to install this face on my face. Equip manual over the tortoise's face. I think it is more realistic that I might be able to make friends with tortoises than that I might be able to make friends with the other things. Okay. Cloneling's upper left manipulator. Disassemble. What are you? Chrome rongeurs sling themselves along the orbital paths of an invisible magnetic gyroscope. By inscrutable intervals, one pops out the transverse plane with violent momentum. So it's like a floating bunch of it's like a floating bunch of glass containers of chemicals. Okay, lots more stuff to loot. We are approaching our weight limit here, so I'm a little worried about that. We haven't seen any stairs yet. We can hear that there are many, many robots waiting for us. Wow, 48 damage. That's pretty impressive. I mean, I guess I can just like really slow roll here. I should be a little bit more careful because they do have an electrical discharge that can reach quite a distance. But yeah, as long as I'm not like running forward super fast, I do charge pretty quickly. Just kind of wait a second here. And it does seem like we're going to reliably kill them in a single hit. What did this thing leave behind? Okay. I wonder if a chill... I'm gonna keep doing it with the lasers. Because, yeah, I was gonna say, if something a little bit more menacing shows up, I might want to chill that instead. Okay, actually, apparently we're just, like, carving through these things. Come on, lasers. I don't want to stand adjacent to it. They could be full of who knows what kind of horrible gases. We're getting a wild amount of XP for how easy these are. Trying to bait them into following me, which is, I mean, it's mostly working. This does feel a little bit unsporting, if I'm honest. Oops, I did that in such a way that the wall ate the laser. The enemies are smart enough to try to use the walls as cover. It feels like, I don't know if it's just like coincidental that that's how they path, but it has always seemed to me like they try to use cover on purpose. And you can bend your laser, like, see, this path is no good because it goes through the wall, but if we aim at the tile below this guy, you can see that'll go through his tile without going through the wall tile. And indeed, full function. Okay, almost clear. Come on, laser. Come on, laser. Alright. I think that's all of them. I do wish they would give me the option of interacting with these things on the ground. Like, we don't necessarily need to pick up every one of these, but I would love to just disassemble it from the ground. And sometimes you can do that, usually only if there's something else in the space. Maybe I need to set them to not auto-collect or something. Okay, a set of strange tubes. It's a power line. If only we could see each other into each other's hearts. Alright, bent metal sheet. Okay, this is why, because this stuff is not free. It's not free to carry. And now I have to go in here and manually disassemble 22 pounds worth of... Why did that close the menu? Using disassemble all, for some reason, closes the menu. Okay, there we go. Are we good? Now. No, this does not look like it is actually better. And in fact, I hear the horrible sound of a twinning lamprey. All right, I'm going back upstairs. I think then this is going to be where we call it. This is apparently it's going to be a bit of a task to reach the mechanimists, even after disabling their extremely cool but in the end not maybe all that dangerous troll protectors. I mean, that guy with the throwing axes, he was getting me pretty good. Anyway, that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, we will continue to delve into the ruined wards of Bethesda Susa, where it is cold. I think it's a little cold, but it's not. You know what? It's fine. We're fine. And hopefully we'll be able to keep the twinning lampreys far away from us. And we'll see you then.